Good evening, Bandit.
Good. I was gonna say good evening, but I just realized it's not evening for me. It's like midday, but it's evening where you're at. How are you? Let me put on my camera. Let me see. There we go. Have you talked to Eric? Is he on his way?
I believe so. He's just coming back. But as for now, it will be me and you to start things off. I think we'll just do just fine. Anything
good.
exciting going on your end?
I'm not gonna lie. Well, there's some things with Starchild, but I kind of wanna. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I'll cover it during the stream a bit. We'll talk about it. But other than that, I've been playing around with clipping, which has been really fun. It's just clipping crypto-related topics on X and some AI like topics. So it's I'm having fun for the first time in a few months on X, which is it's good. It's good. I can't complain.
How many impressions did you get on that Dave Portnoy clip?
It's sitting at, I don't think it's going anymore, but it's sitting at 1.5 million, 1.5 million.
Walk me through that. How did you get that clip?
It's kind of funny. So we just had a call, you and me, like 20 minutes ago. You saw how I was sitting at that restaurant or cafe or whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
I was just there. I was having a Red Bull, and then Cook mentioned that he made Portnoy rage quit, and I was like, "What do you mean?" And he kind of just told me what happened, and he sent me the broadcast, and I watched the thing, and I was, "Oh my god, this is funny!" So I just whipped out a clip. I was actually having tacos, like as he sent it, so I like rushed through my tacos, finished. I just like. Ate it as fast as I could. I got that clip out, added some effects and subtitles, and I wasn't expecting it to like go super viral. I was maybe like 20K views or something. But yeah, people enjoyed it. So I think it hit like trending on X yesterday, which was fun to see.
Yeah, I think people enjoy seeing Dave Portnoy's in pain and struggle. I certainly did.
Do you remember, I think it's 2 years ago now, when he was launching tokens every... hey, Luke. Shout out to Luke. Do you remember like how many tokens he was launching like 2 years ago?
I remember before he got into crypto, when he was trying to learn. And every week it was this new thing about how he was buying crypto and then he was never going to touch it again. And it was just, you know, I think... in the end, he does okay for himself, so it's hard for anyone in crypto right now to rag on him.
I don't even dislike the guy or hate it. I just thought the clip was really funny. But I remember when he was launching a lot of tokens in that whole meme season. So it's like fun lore. I rarely get into trouble. You know how I am. Like I'm good with everyone. I try to be friendly with everyone. But I had a moment where he was like on his like 7th rug or something, and I wrote something really nasty on like one of the replies, like as he was like shilling the contract address. I wrote something really nasty and I got suspended for a week on X. That's the only time. So now I kind of got back at him with this clip, even though that wasn't like the intention or anything.
That's funny though.
Hey, Ole.
GM guys. I'm sorry for being late. I was teaching. Was very lovely.
It's actually perfect. Just starting up.
Perfect. Wow, everyone is like, I don't know. I feel like the combination of Ben's hat and the white shirt of Bandit like would fit well. I don't know, but I guess like swapping these would be dope. Actually, I forgot my Ole cap. Well, actually, people will probably remember me still how I look. Anyways, I was teaching and I was again I have a story to tell. Actually, I also showed my new student my vibe coded accordion, and it was pretty funny because he wanted to play it. I showed it at the beginning of the lesson, and what happened was he was so fascinated that he didn't want to play his accordion anymore. He just wanted to play my MacBook. So it was so lovely to see.
You're gonna get some angry calls from parents now. What are you teaching these kids?
Mom, I need a laptop. I need to vibe code my
The dad
accordion.
was listening. The dad was listening, and he asked me to send him the link. So he has now an official community Star Child link. So he will probably be like, "Oh, what is Star Child?"
You might be on the stream right now. Shout out to student's dad. Shout out to Johnny as well, working on his Star Child NFT terminal. Also posting on Agent X. Nice.
Yeah, Johnny has been cooking like crazy on the AI sector in general. And then he came across Star Child as well. And since then, I don't know, Johnny, but I think you're hooked, right? Every day he has new deployments that are coming out. It's crazy. So shout out, Johnny.
Yes. Johnny wants a VDEX integration. I have been absolutely slacking on that. I apologize. A lot going on, and I need to get back into those VDEX trenches.
You already know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open the board and I'm gonna add it as a task. Because now it's pretty nice.
It's in the system now.
VDEX integration. Good.
Power of live stream.
I'm gonna put responsible Ben.
Yeah.
Maybe Eric. I don't know.
Went to the virtuals office today. It was pretty cool. Downtown Malaysia. They have about 30 Unitree G1 robots, a fleet of them set up, and they're bringing in teams of people who are robotics talents to come build it. So it's pretty cool to see. Might be trying to get more involved in supporting that. But yeah, they're also doing cool stuff with agents. So there's some natural synergies with Star Child and Woo.
Do you usually meet the team at virtuals, or was it like a one-time thing?
I did. I spent some time with BenYorke on Bandit, and then one of the core contributors there, as well as another team that is building a project within the virtuals ecosystem. I spent about an hour and a half there. So
but it wasn't like the first time you meet them or something. Like, do you usually go to their office and do things, or?
First time at the office, actually first time meeting them, I think, in person. I usually, there's a lot of people here. There's like Base, Jupiter, Pendle, Etherscan, CoinGecko. There's a lot of teams that are in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur specifically. But you just, you run into different people at events.
That's amazing.
Ingus wants to know if Star Child can pay your bills.
Probably.
Can.
Technically, it can if you put in the work and find something that can generate some money for your ideas and your work. I guess it's a good answer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you can actually connect your Gmail, and it can actually flag your bills and then come up with solutions to pay them literally as well, if that's what you're into.
So
yeah,
what
I'm wondering if Ingus means like pay the bills or like basically make them money to pay the bills. I think it's the latter. I've actually I'm up a bit on trading. I think I haven't asked you in a while, Ben, but I know you did really well in the DJ Claw trading competition. Are you profitable still, or how's that playing out for you?
I'm flirting with the break-even point now. I had obviously today was a bit of a massive backwards movement for the markets. Some of my stop losses triggered, which always clocks some realized negative P&L, but it's still working the way it's supposed to. I survived. If I'd been trading on my own, these days like today would have put me in a really bad spot. So now it's loading up, and if markets resume some volatility, then I could get it right back. But yeah, still active as ever.
Nice.
Love that. I also fell victim to this, by the way. I also had a trade open, and I also my stop loss hit as well. But stop loss was also set to like 2.5%, so it was very tight. So it was not that big of a deal. But it's still, you know, when you don't have too much money in there, like every loss, of course, hurts you as well. No question.
Cool. What about Ole?
Well, first of all, can you hear me well? I just have some like internet connections.
Really well. You have like almost too good quality where it's at the point of being.
Well, I just want to make you jealous. That's for sure. Now for me, like I was down the trenches, to be honest. I'm right now actually cutting the video. I posted it today. I was actually talking with Ethan, our friend on CT, and he had a thesis, and I asked Starchild actually 2 weeks ago about this thesis. And it turned out, it confirmed like that might be a play. And actually, because of Ethan, of his call and Starchild confirmation, I was back holding this for 2 weeks. And today it made 20x. So we are up crazy amount of money. Like literally, like for my bag, I put like $500 in. I didn't put out at the top, obviously, but I was able right now, I think, to make like $5,000, which is insane for this call. And I'm obviously happy that it happened like it happened, because obviously a friend told me to buy this, and also that I was able to hold it because Starchild told me this is actually it's a valid thesis. Why not like trying this? So that was a cool story for me today. And actually, the cool thing is, and I have everything recorded too, and I have to still like publish it. The cool thing is, this happened last night, and I was sleeping. So what I did, and we talked about it last week, right? I was telling on Telegram, and I was in bed, and I pulled up Telegram. I opened my Starchild AI girlfriend, which I named her, which is here, you know, and I told her, can you please monitor this token? When it hits 200K, wake me up. And how the agent woke me up with the light. I was sleeping, and out of nothing, I woke up and like, why is the lights on? And I was like, damn, no way. And then the token was up, and I was able to sell. And that is a cool, for me, like, it was very cool. Very like, I felt like in a video game, to be honest. Like this whole thing of like, of course.
You also didn't assign it to wake you up with the lights. It just decided that by itself because it knew it had the opportunity or the possibility to use your lights. That's cool.
Yeah, because I told my agent to use the Starchild integration. I gave it the access to my lights, so it was controlling it, and I told it if the market cap of this token hits a specific price, I think it was maybe 100 or 200K, I said, if that happens, turn on the lights. And it was monitoring, I said, because I didn't want it to burn too many tokens, I said, monitor every 5 minutes. And then it hit, because it tracked on Dex Screener the connection, like the skill, it checked Dex Screener, and it tracked it, and then the light went on. And I was like, first I didn't realize, like, why is the light? I remember I put it off, and then like, oh, I set up my agent. And yeah, that is my story of today. That was very, very cool, to be honest. And obviously I'm happy. And now, yeah, I guess it's time to buy some Woo tokens with it, I guess, with the profits.
Johnny's over here fact checking in the comments. He wants to know how that's even possible with an iPhone.
What do you mean, Johnny? So obviously you have, I know, Johnny, we met, right? You have your Starchild integration on your Telegram. So I connected it to. I actually made a clip out of it. You can check on my channel the clip how I set this up. There are like smart like adapter plugs which you can connect to. In my case, I have the Tuya app. It's this one, and there I can actually now manually click here and turn my lights. I'm not at home, but I could turn it on from here. But I gave the API from this app to my agent. It's very easy setup. You just ask how you set it up, and then now my agent can control it. And also, by the way, I connected it to my AC because it's getting too cold in my room when I sleep. But I need to have it cold first. But I don't want to get sick. So what I do is like after like 1 hour, it turns out automatically. It just cuts the the electricity, so I'm not getting sick at night if the AC is like just on my face because it's very warm at the moment. And I was chatting with a friend, and he had a great idea. How about I get an Apple Watch, and it tracks my activity when I sleep, right? So when I start sleeping, I don't move anymore, and my app noticed that, right? And when that happens, you can actually make like your AC down, or like you can whatever, make your like shut down your windows or whatever when you automate it. So I think this is also a cool integration, how you could maybe connect it then to maybe, I think Apple is like a bit tricky to get the API to it, but maybe another thing.
I'm gonna fact check you right here. This is the play. This is a Polar Vantage V3. It's one of the leading athletic trackers. Like, it's like Garmin, but the API is totally open. So that's what I'm wearing now. It collects all my data and it sends it to my agent so he can make sense of the data. Instead of just giving me a bunch of numbers and heart rates and things like that, he can actually put together some analysis on it. But yeah, you need to get one of these.
Well, Ben is already in the future. I thought I'm smart, but Ben already did it. That's crazy.
I have a question from Necro, so I don't know if you want to touch on it. Wait, do you see there in the?
Yeah. I mean, we can touch on that in a few minutes. That's actually part of the agenda points.
Yeah, Necro, stay around for a few minutes, and we'll touch on that.
Make sure you stay through the commercial breaks. We get extra bonuses.
Because I did this myself as well, so I can also speak from experience here. I kind of connected all of my stuff that I can connect to this with Authenticator. Oh yeah.
Johnny wants a tip how that works. There is a Polar Flow app. Let me see if I can pull it up. Actually,
I have it. I have it too on my phone. I use it for running. So it's. I think I use Polar Beat. Do you also know use Polar Beat?
That's just the band, right?
Yeah, I think so. So you're not using this one, right?
Hold on, I'm looking off screen here, trying to log in so I can show Johnny. Give me a second. Try not to show my passport to the world. Which one?
You mean me?
Yeah.
Oh, I use Polar Beats, but it's just for tracking my running.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, there's. I'm gonna add my screen to stage here. And then I'm gonna share this tab. So I don't know if you've ever logged into this app, but there's a way here, and I'm not gonna do it because you'll see some of the things, but there's a way to connect the API here. And then from there, yeah, you're able to connect it to your agent, and the agent's able to just browse all the data. I think he pulls it like every like 30 minutes or something. It syncs.
That's super cool.
Yeah, it's not as refined as the Garmin's and the Apple Watches of the world, but the API is totally open, which is exactly what you want.
Well, I'm kind of curious. Was that also the reason that you bought it, so you can test it for StarChild, or was it an intentional buy and then afterwards you realized, oh, I can actually link this?
I did research with StarChild. StarChild recommended this one because it had the most friendly API. And then I was doing a lot of other interesting testing with like DNA, genomes, blood. And I'm trying to, just learn a bit more about
myself.
my performance. Well, we're getting to the age of the tech singularity where if you can survive another 10 years, there's a very high probability that most cancers, most diseases will have been cured. Plus things like peptides are increasing longevity, health. So if you can make it another 10 years, there's a good chance you'll make it another 50 years, right? So I think just trying to keep my head in the game for another decade or so.
That's easy for you with being in your 20s, my man. No worries.
37.
No, not on camera.
Yeah. All right. Some other cool news. I don't know if you guys saw this, but I'll bring my thing back on stage here. Robinhood announced that they are releasing an MCP We should have this live in the Starchild app in about an hour, I believe, once Eric gets his head in the game.
Cool.
But it's pretty cool. It's showing that a lot of these mainstream exchanges are heading the route of agents over users. Users are dumb, they're emotional, they're unreliable, but agents can really pump a lot of volume through. So yeah, this is something we'll have support for. It's a good time to get a little bit more experience with your agentic trading.
I actually I was checking the comments on their post from the Robinhood API. No, not API, sorry, the agents integration. And it seems like for a lot of people, it's right now still like beta not testing, but it's like for not everyone has access. So let's see if I get also, because I want to like ASAP test it. And
Yeah.
It seems like they rolling it out very slowly. I guess they're still, obviously, it's very fresh and new. And it's nice that they also dive their toe into agentic trading. But let's see if we also get early access. I was trying to reach to them out, but let's see if they reach back, because normally they have like a good support, and it would be dope to actually see that, like we can like early adopt them. Because actually in Europe, I also ask, my flatmate, he's also a trader, and he's also for mainstream. I think in mainstream he said also like Robinhood is pretty big, like especially in Europe. I mean, I think for you, Ben, and I think for you and the US, it's not you cannot use it, but in Europe everyone has it basically. Even my non-crypto buddies, basically, they heard about Robinhood, so they're pretty present. So it's a big thing for us here in Europe, actually.
Yeah, it's actually an American company. My issue is I'm not a resident of the US, so they closed my account. Spent an hour on hold with Jenny from account services today trying to get that unblocked. But Jenny's a tough old customer security person. She was not having it. So hopefully some of you guys who have a Robinhood account will be able to test this and help us improve it in the next few days. That was my cry for help. We also have the pancakes. Yeah.
Oh, do you want to cover the pancake? Because I had another, I guess, question, but we can. Let's do the pancake swap after. Actually, did you see the Coinbase MCP thingy? Because I saw the headlines. Do you want to just TLDR it for me, or like explain it really simply what they're doing with that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so basically it'll allow every agent to just connect to one endpoint that knows how to trade, create a wallet, create a transaction. So it's very useful for agents who are just out of the box. That, funny enough, wasn't planning to share it, but the same skill that allows people to use the Robinhood MCP will allow people to use the base MCP. So we'll probably do a separate announcement for that later this week. But yeah, there's the more MCPs out there, the more utility your Starchild agent will have.
That's really cool. Okay. And what's this thing you have on the screen with PancakeSwap?
Yeah, so I mean, PancakeSwap, they're old friends. They're like early cycle DeFi people, incubated by Binance, and they've been putting out some skills. So we added those. I think the main attraction, most of their volume, although they are multi-chain, they're on Arbitrum and ETH mainnet, and I think they're even on Aptos, believe it or not. They're on Binance Smart Chain, BNB Chain, they're there. And most of the volumes are there. And a lot of the Chinese community are still using that predominantly. So if anyone's agent there's a lot of RWAs, like Ondo has their most liquid venue is actually Binance BNB chain. So yeah, it's an interesting one to play around with. It's a cheap chain with lots of assets.
Very cool.
That's it. That's all I got.
I think I remember when they even launched. I've been around for way too long. I think I'm like 6-7 years in this space now. It's kind of crazy to think about.
Crazy.
May I say it? May I say it? 6-7.
Oh,
Sorry.
God.
Oh my God! Get oh,
We'll need a meeting with HR after this. Thanks to Oli now.
yeah.
I'm just messing around. But yeah, okay, that's cool.
In all
Greedy,
his defense, it
have you been?
does seem
I
like
think-
he.
Sorry,
just
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna ask Grindy if are you using AI like in your day to day now? Because
Yeah.
I don't know. Were you doing it before? Like we kind of got in touch.
I mean, I was using AI for image generation and video generation stuff, right? So I already started like very early with Midjourney V2, actually, with image generation and also stable diffusion back in the days when all of this craze started. So a lot of my branding stuff back in the days came through AI work stuff, but not like optimizing anything work-wise. That's what I did now with Starchild, to be fair. So I have my calendar now set in there, so I basically just use my phone per voice message and just tell it, yo, schedule this and this and that. And every single Monday at 6 a.m. UTC, I get a full overview of the week, what my appointments are, right? I have a BD agent as well that provides me 50 new outreach companies, basically, or advices, basically, fitting companies and fitting partners to reach out to every single day as well. And I also use it for my trading approaches now, right? Sometimes automated, sometimes also semi-automated. It always comes down like how the market looks like right now, because I can't really run a grid strategy or anything because I don't have too much money in there, right? So it's for monitoring purposes and then kind of giving the signal, but also overnight, of course, when I see some potential going on, or I ask it before I go to sleep as well. Then I also set up like the automated trading overnight so that I don't miss out on any opportunities. And I have to admit, I started with that, like when I started with the 30-day challenge, which was now almost 2 months ago. Yeah, 2 months ago when I started with this, was ongoing for 30 days. And within that time span, I was just playing around with $200. It was not even too much because I wanted to test the strategy and everything. And as of right now, of course, it's slow and steady. But as of right now, I'm sitting at $980 already, which is
Wow,
kind of decent, right?
that's
So I had a
that's way
now,
better than decent.
yeah, no, that's really, really good. But I also have to admit, I was super lucky 1 or 2 times because usually I kind of set up like a safe strategy, right? So stop loss set very tight at 1.5 to 2%. Always depends on how volatile the market is as of right now. But then also take profit at around the 3%, 4% mark, right? So that you kind of rake in these tiny profits over and over and over again, and that it doesn't hurt you too much when you lose on a trade as well. And I was lucky because one time it opened up a position and didn't set the take profit. And then overnight, this position surged up like 16 or 17% and had almost $400 in there. So that was a lucky shot, to be fair, as well. Otherwise, I wouldn't sit at that amount of money as of right now. But since I always try to use not max margin, but like a huge amount of the margin that is in there and setting stop losses very tight, it compiles pretty fast if you are also somehow lucky with your shots, because it doesn't always work out, right?
No, of course.
So sometimes I have weeks where I have, let's say, a 7 out of 10 hit rate. Then I have weeks where it's like even below 5 just because the market is so volatile. And I probably also don't have the perfect strategy because I'm not a day trader, to be fair.
Yeah,
I'm
no, but
more
even
Yeah,
the fact that you're even able to participate to that extent, like that was unheard of, like before AI kind of
true.
came onto
Man,
the scene.
would probably not be at the scale on the sideline, right? Like without watching anything too properly and without being glued to the charts all day. Like that, I have StoreChat that's running this for me, and I can focus on my content stuff, which is pretty cool, right? So it's like a very good side hustle, I would say, as well, because somebody asked before if StoreChat could pay your bills, and I think it technically could, right? If you set this up the right way. And of course, if you also try to spare on credits a little bit. Now with the subscription, of course, that has changed, right? Because when I started, there were no subs existing at this point. So I also tried to keep the credits used as low as possible. So also with monitoring and so on. So you could probably even perform better than this. But yeah, it's just a very good thing to do on the sideline as well when you're busy with other things, right? If it's the best thing to do your trading, I can tell. But as I said, I'm not a day trader myself. more like the DCA kid, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm the same, bro.
No.
I think without AI, I wouldn't be able to do a lot of this stuff. I mean, but it's like usually small stuff. But even like image generation, video generation, my most used prompt is probably passing a sentence to an agent and saying, "Is this optimally worded?" Because I want to get the tweet wording right. Because I'm European, so sometimes the sentence doesn't flow. So yeah, I don't know. Everyone has like a different use case, but
man, that's something that I didn't do myself. How does it work for you? Did you see like improvement also in terms of, I don't know, let's say engagement or impressions or something like that, or is it just that the wording fits better?
I mean, sometimes. So I'm a very like creative and like very on the fly. I'll get an idea for a tweet like very on the fly, and it can be anything. It can be unhinged.
Yeah,
but for me to like take the idea and word it really well can be hard. So I'll never copy paste because I don't like usually the AI, like it has a way of wording things which you usually can tell, but it gives me like the inspiration. So I'll tell it like I'll just write what my thought is and say, is this optimally worded? And it will like return another version of that draft, and then I'll kind of say, oh, okay, I see how I need to get my idea out, even if it's like just a shit post. So it's like taking inspiration from it, which is it's really helpful.
Boys, I'm going to cut across real quick. There's a few questions from the comments. What is good lads?
Hey Andres, how are you, bro?
Yeah. Johnny was asking if I applied to get the API. I do believe you have to fill out a form and they ask you, what do you plan to do for the API? But I actually had StarChild generate a response. It's basically just like, I want to track my own health. It's like a hobby project. And I remember getting approved like really fast. So you're probably in the right spot if that happens.
That's cool.
There was a question about Bandit's hair. Where was that? Technical question number 1. What is Bandit doing with his hair to have it grow so thick?
Oh, actually, give me 1 second.
Let me show you what I use.
Oh shit, I hope you guys can see this. So it's two things. It's one was cutting some people out of my life, which did really well, and then the second thing is I don't know if you guys can see this thing. Like
Minox.
I don't think you knew me back then, Ben. Probably like a year ago. I mean, my hair's not perfect, but you can see like there's some thick. It wasn't this thick. I had some, some issues up here, but
I think we both, Greenity, we need that. Look at our hairline.
Oh, man, my hairline is,
not a paid promo, by the way.
I could say something right now, but I'm not saying it.
Bandit, can you bring that to Lisbon? I might try that too.
Definitely, but the thing is, you need to use it for a while. Like it's not a one day.
Okay. So bring 2 bottles because Greenity also want to start, I guess.
Right. I was really skeptical because this is like some oil. You just kind of like take this thing out, put a few drops in your hand, and you like rub it into your scalp. But
this is a paid promo, right? Feels like
no, it's not a paid promo. I'm not gonna put the tag on the live stream.
I mean, let's be honest. If you have a clean hairline when you're in Web3 for 6 to 7 years, then you did something wrong. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Maybe, right.
He's probably got a ref link in the bio as we speak.
That's also research purposes for StarChild. What kind of hair growing products can I use?
There was actually, oh my god, can I I'll just find this in the background while you guys talk, because give me like 20 seconds. Did you guys see Mando's no, not Mando, sorry, OSF's did you see his hair transformation?
Oh no, did he get hair implanted?
No, he's also using some type of supplement. Let me show you guys, because it's pretty crazy. Here we go. Okay, Ben, do you wanna pull this up on this stream?
Sure.
This is like we're just
on stage,
like a side topic, but it's kind of impressive, bro. I didn't even know if like things like this existed. Oh, Johnny, it's not expensive. I think like this bottle was like 20 euros, and it lasts me. Like
you hear that? You hear that? Bandit said 20 euros is nothing for him.
I mean, I think if you're in Web3 and you can,
that's crazy.
Damn, that is expensive. That is really crazy. I think Ben, I know why you have a cap on. To be honest, can you show us your hairline?
Oh
Yeah.
Now from the
tell you,
side, from the
turning
side. We
view.
need. Oh, Ben, I think you're hiding something, no?
I think I'm gonna need
Yeah.
some Minox.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have there in the first reply, like he I don't know if that's, I don't think it's a paid promo. I think it's just sharing his journey, but he even links to the website of the product he's using. Not that one, the one above.
Ben is a paid promo now.
Yeah, it's just interesting.
We've officially gone off topic.
Yeah, we should get back on topic. I just thought of it because we were talking about it because Andres asked the question, but it's interesting, like what's out there now. It kind of piggybacks on what you said, Ben, with the
10
tech
years.
singularity and health and what's coming. I've actually seen people talk about human immortality now because things are moving so fast.
Okay.
Probably we're gonna get there at a certain point. Who knows?
Yeah.
Ben, do you have any topics for us in mind?
Well, there was a question earlier about the OAuth, so it could be a good time to run through for the StarChild users or the soon-to-be StarChild users, just some quick ways to get some more use out of StarChild. And one of the coolest things we added recently, and it's a really easy way to get credits, is this quest system. So each of these quests, like this one right here, if you publish a project, you get 40 points. And the exchange rate is 100 to 1. So if you get 100 points here, you get $1 worth of LLM. Well, it's StarChild credits, which can be used for LLMs or APIs or anything, really. So I'm just going to go ahead and claim that one. You can actually rack up quite a bit with this. So it's definitely worth checking out. And it's also a good way to learn more about StarChild. They have daily and weekly and like all-time achievements. Have you guys been taking advantage of this?
Yeah, I have to admit, like I'm trying to do as many quests as possible. Also because it kind of gamifies the experience, you know. It's just some fun, like playing around through the day and then checking back in. Oh yeah, no, I just sent 3 messages. Let me claim this really quick. Or I don't know, I just like the post on Agent X. Cool, let me just claim this really quick. There's some fun to come back to as well. So, I mean, taking advantage might be the question, but I've already realized after I've put a post out there lately in terms of you could technically use your agents for free if you do the quests and, you know, the daily logins, that people were already like, oh shit, crazy. I can do some quests on there on an AI platform. So it seems like people kind of like the idea behind it, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see.
I'm going to go ahead.
Number 6 here on the leaderboard.
I'm going to exchange 500. So I'm going to get an extra $5, which will go a long way. Oh, but if you exchange your points, you're no longer in the leaderboard. Is that how it works? Oh, no, it keeps it.
Yeah, it keeps
that
it.
Which is good. Heartbreak.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say like I actively go do quests, but if I'm going to use, you know, if I already have the achievements, might as well go claim them, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're thinking internally about how to extend the system to like a broader token economy, and this will probably be a topic that is of interest to the Woo community, because we've long said that we are going to better implement Woo kind of at the core of StarChild. But right now our focus is really building a great product and getting more users, because once you have that and the revenues, it's very easy to connect a token to it. But yeah, I think there's some really exciting things that we've been talking about, and I really want to make a priority of pushing it as soon as possible, because the AI agent narrative is heating up and there's a lot of capital that is sitting on the sidelines looking for cool projects. I really want to see creators on StarChild get rewarded for making StarChild a more useful platform. And we'll talk about some of those projects later. I'm hoping Eric will join. He's rushing back home from somewhere. And if he joins, we can talk about what he's built. But that's one tip, the quests. I think we can also talk about the OAuth system as well. If you guys are not familiar with an OAuth, just O-A-U-T-H, it's basically a token that allows you to log into a service. So when you log into something with Gmail on any websites, you're actually like connecting in OAuth. And it was interesting with the agents all of the LLM providers took a slightly different stance. So Anthropic was very aggressive, and they banned usage to OpenClaw at the beginning. A lot of that was because the subscriptions for services like Anthropic, they're really designed for humans, because humans are lazy. It's like they go to the gym, right? They sign up for a year and then they go once, and then they never go again. So those users really subsidize the power users. The power users who use every day, the gym probably loses money on those. Anthropic definitely loses money on those people. But when everyone starts getting agents and they start automating tasks, then I think those mathematics, the calculus skews quite quickly. They're losing money. They don't have enough compute resources for their paid users, like the enterprise guys. So they shut it down. And then OpenClaw took a vastly different approach. They tried to hire the creator of OpenClaw. And what they did after that was they allowed any user of an agent to basically sign into ChatGPT via their agent so that the subscription is used by the agent. So what that looks like, I'll show you the Grok one here. This is one I did before. All you do is you say, hey, I want to use my Grok subscription. Put a typo in there, it didn't matter. And what it will do is give you a link. If you click this link, it'll be put in your 9-digit code, or 8 digits. It's right here. This link is no longer valid, so don't bother. It expired a long time ago. And then once you get there, it allows you to connect your account. From there, I just said authorized, and it said, congratulations, you are a Super Grok Heavy user, which is an X Premium Plus user. Anyone who has X Premium Plus is a Super Grok Heavy tier, which means you get almost, I've never hit a rate limit, almost unlimited usage of these models, which goes a long way. It basically has free AI resources that you're leaving on the table by not using it. And I know people who spend hundreds of dollars a month on AI credits, right? More than that. And if you have an X Premium subscription and you're not using it, I think that's a huge waste. You can also do it with ChatGPT. Let me see if I can find it here. Yep, same thing. Connect our ChatGPT. We can do it. Here's a URL. Click it, put in the code. Once you've approved it, then you are off to the races with GPT 5.5. That is their latest. It's a very expensive model. 5.4, it's also very new. And 5.3 Codex, better at coding tasks. This is a really good value for anyone who has an existing ChatGPT Connect subscription or Grok subscription to basically make Starchild free. You're still going to spend for APIs if you are calling, let's say, the CoinGlass funding rate data, or you're looking up tokens on CoinGecko. But other than that, it's completely free to use, which is a huge unlock. What do you think about that, guys? Did you connect?
I've connected it. I'm pretty sure Ole also, didn't you make a tutorial, Ole, on?
Yeah, I made a quick tutorial on it. You find it on my channel. But as Ben described, I probably will clip this, what Ben just presented. I think that is pretty valuable for everyone who just, maybe missed this stream, because I think more people should know about this. And I mean, a lot of people, we are all having premium subscription on X. So why not using this? I think it's just, if you pay anyways, just also use it. And it's also, a lot of people are looking for content right now. I want to create stuff on X. I want to grow my account. Here is a free chance. If you pay anyways and take the X game a bit serious, right? You pay for premium and you can just connect to Starchild and build dope shit. So I think it's just a win-win. And it's basically free content you can produce here, right? Just use it. Use your agent, use the Grok subscription. Just saying this.
So facing, by the way, what Johnny just asked here about the smart routing, because I did this myself as well, and it basically asked me afterwards if it should set it to the standard output model basically. And after I told it, no, keep it at smart routing, no worries about it, but it's cool whenever it's being used that we don't use anything. Of course, that's just one for one specific chat, right? I also have other chats where Grok is set as the default. And afterwards, it also said it's no problem at all. Whenever it picks up on Grok through smart routing, you spare on credits, basically. So you can just keep that running, as it seems like. So far,
Really?
That's what it says to me. When smart routing picks an XAI Grok model, it runs on your XAI subscription quota. So as long as you stay on Grok models, your $30 credit balance sits untouched. It only dips into credits when smart routing picks a non-subscription model or when you manually switch to one. Grok is basically free real estate for chat right now. Nice setup. That's the reply from Starchild.
Wow, that's really interesting. I hadn't even thought of that. Now, smart routing is actually customizable per user on this machine. I should say agent, but I'm just being very oddly specific. And when you said that, like my original response to Johnny's question was, you don't need smart routing. Like smart routing is kind of a way to save money, but the benefits of smart routing are some of the models are actually faster and they're lighter. So you don't want to really be on 5.5 and he's giving like really wordy responses. And so now that I'm thinking about that, you can actually tell it in the rules which ones to use. So I'm going to try to see if I can switch that now. You guys can talk. I'll see if I'm able to do this successfully.
Yeah, Luke, you should definitely set up your account because I told you that for I don't even know how many say something spaces. So make sure to set your account up in there. I use smart routing, by the way, when I vibe code something. Just to realize, okay, because some of the requests might not even fit to every single model when there is like a cheaper option or something that is not that text heavy in terms of output. If I just want to change an image, for example, on my website or whatever, right? So that's kind of where I use smart routing. Sometimes you could probably be fucked over there as well when you're not paying attention, right? In terms of credit use, maybe, especially for automated tasks, but yeah, overall, I mean, for my vibe coding approaches, I've been pretty happy with the smart routing models. For like monitoring stuff, I would go for something with default. Just a general FYI, I guess.
Interesting.
I see already the chat is already a public space where Johnny is just sharing his referral link to get some extra credits.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, game is game. I think you should.
Exactly, yeah, go for it. Go for
But
it.
Ben, what are you doing on your screen right now? Do you want to talk about it?
Wow. Mr. Granity, you've cracked the code. I hadn't even thought about this. But so the smart routing, it has 3 tiers for simple requests, for medium kind of thinking requests, and then for heavy reasoning and coding. And so you assign a different model for each one. I just told it to use my new OAuth. So I picked 5.4 mini, which is super fast, Grok 4.3, which is pretty reliable, and 5.5 for the coding and heavy reasoning tasks. And it's telling me that it worked. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip it into smart routing. And I'm going to ask it.
Now
something.
you set your smart routing to only Grok models, but kind of assigned them to the output, like, light, medium, and heavy. Did I get that right?
Not only Grok, because I also
okay,
signed in
only
for
Grok.
ChatGPT, but only Grok and ChatGPT. Yeah.
Okay.
But you could set it up however you want. I mean, you could totally screw it up if you want and set them all to light models, and then your smart routing will be useless for heavier tasks. But I'm gonna ask it a prompt. I'm gonna ask it how safe is the Minox spray Bandit uses on his hair,
Minoxidil.
and where is it?
Because I don't know why they've abbreviated it, but it's called minoxidil. Maybe it will understand.
Oh, okay. But I especially want to see if my credits drop. So it's right now it's at 75.58. It is spending. It is spending something. So maybe it is not using the models as intended, because it can also use the paid version of those models. So what I'm going to do after this call, it's still at 75.58. It might have worked.
Yeah,
Look at that.
It did say spending, but now it does. Oh yeah, there 0.08.
Okay. I'm going to talk to our team. I'm going to get that sorted out. We should be able to use smart routing just like we described. Yes, it went down, but that's a fantastic use case. And thank you for that, Granity.
Yeah, that's a gem.
I mean, I was not even aware myself if it works. So it was pretty cool that you checked this out as of right now, because I have that OAuth running with Grok for like 2 days, I think. And I'm not aware that it would have used that model in my smart routing approaches with vibe coding. But that's cool, yeah. That's good to know.
Yeah, Johnny just got 2 referrals in the chat if you guys are keeping up with it. It's pretty.
I mean, you got to respect the hustle, right? So
Yeah, it says, "Bro, I am grinding."
There we go. Getting people signed up on stream. It looks like our friend, speaking of a man who has no use for minoxidil, we've got Eric on. How's it going, Eric?
Hello.
Eric,
How's it going? Apologies for the late entry, guys. Took me 40 minutes to get home, but I'm here now.
How was the drive? Was there a lot of because we were on a call. I felt like you were in a James Bond movie with everything that was going on around you.
Well, to be honest, it really did feel like it. Like I was driving, there was the car incident, then there was like roadworks, and then there was like a small traffic jam because of the roadworks. And then it was a whole situation in itself, to be honest.
Yeah, well, good to have you in here now. One of the
Appreciate it.
biggest Giga Brain devs I've ever come across in my few years here. So.
No.
Yeah.
Don't stop
I don't know if
Here we
you,
go.
I don't know if you were following the stream, Eric, offline, but Mr. Grenady pointed out that we should set up smart routing to use the OAuth models. I've already pinged the other devs to get on that, but it's a pretty cool idea.
I think I think he's already starting to do that, to be honest. I remember him mentioning something like that to me potentially, but yeah, I'll double check with him. And I definitely think it's a cool concept. It makes everything a lot cheaper and a lot easier for everybody. But I've heard some people have been having issues with the Grok for coding, so we'll see how that goes.
I think it's just very good for like text-based answers, you know, when it's like something that you don't need in specific, when you're just conversing with it instead of, let's say, coding something or monitoring something, right? There could be a way to just set it like, okay, all the text output when we just converse with each other, like keep that with Grok so that it's free. Right?
Yeah, we're constantly improving the smart routing and trying to make these fine-tune improvements to make sure that the user's experience is almost flawless and the routing goes to, you know, the specific models. But I think it's just like with all these frontier models and all the models that come out, it's like a race to, you know, almost get them out first to a certain extent.
Yeah.
And then, you know, some models depreciate and don't perform as well as their predecessors, and you know, there's a lot of issues, and then updates get rolled out. There's a lot of things to it.
Yeah, I have the biggest respect, by the way, for people that really have this deeper insight into all of that stuff and actually work with this, like in terms of implementing that. Man, I could never. So for real, shout out to you. Not gonna lie. Because I've seen that free credits thing, Ben, is that claim still up, by the way, for people that are new to StoreChild? Because I remember at the very first beginning, there was like this claim of, I don't know, I think it was $5 when you publish your first agent.
When you sign up, you actually get 5 free credits.
Right?
Yeah, when you migrate an agent, we have this one-click migration tool. So if you're already running an agent somewhere else, if you migrate it in, you get $10. And then if you do all the quests, the onboarding quests, you can probably rack up another $20 or $30. And then if you connect your OAuths, you don't really spend that much money. I would say that $30 is going to last you a long time. So yeah, there's a lot of ways to look at Johnny. Look at him.
Also
look at
have
him on the show.
Grok is now connected. Let's go. I have to admit as well, in terms of credit use, also for me, it kind of reduced like heavily over the last couple of weeks, to be honest. Like in general, right? Like also with these subscription models and so on, and also defining my stuff a bit more as it was in the beginning. Like I used a lot of credits on my very first vibe coding approach, and now it's like so much better already. So yeah, I have to give these credits where credits due, guys. Like literally, literally.
All right.
I hate that word. Literally, I can never say it. I always get it wrong.
Luke wants to know if Johnny gets rich. Oh, so if you use the referral link, if you top up, you get 10% bonus of what you would normally get, and Johnny would get 5%. So he gets less than you do. So it's actually more in your favor to use someone's ref link. We don't have anything for subscriptions yet. but I think we should soon.
I don't like those. There's some referrals where you're like kind of hurting the person you're referring because you're like taking of them. But this is a win-win, which is amazing. It's like the referrer earns more, and the person who got referred also kind of wins. So it's just W's all around.
Just a quick heads up, I have to jump in a call in around 5 minminutes. So just that you guys are.
That's fine.
I'm not going to interrupt you if you
Yeah,
guys have a conversation at this point.
Whenever you have to go, you just drop out.
Yeah,
But
sure.
yeah, we're I see Ben pulled up something that I like a lot. It's kind of interesting. This is all you, Eric. You've built this all by yourself, right?
Yes. So what we've done is we are creating essentially we're creating new infrastructure on StarChart that allows essentially everyone to be able to human view and agent view things. So we're going with this approach of agent-friendly websites, agent-friendly UI, UX. So what Ben's showing is this Kanban board sort of system that we will be implementing internally in StarChart, where we can tell our agents, what we've done today, and they can essentially create tasks, they can give deadlines, they can move it from column to column, they can, essentially do anything with these. And it's just like a way of speeding up the process, because I myself, and I know most of the team, we use agents on a day-to-day basis. So I think it'd just be, it'd just make our workflow a lot more, streamlined if we had this system where, okay, I've done a task, I can just tell my agent I've done this task. It can, update the Kanban and say I've done it. So then, at the end of the day, we can see who's done what, who's done what, where we're at, where our collaboration's at, and etc. It's a productivity tool. And I think a lot of people, we're thinking about releasing this as a skill, building out websites and, team functions for multi-collaborative sort of teams to be able to build and create on StarChart and make it a more easy sort of user-friendly experience. But I can't take all the props. Bandit, it was partially your idea as well.
Yeah, it usually is like that. I usually have the ideas, but I'm not the best guy at actually making them come to life. So we have a really good collaboration. I think like you and me going back and forth is like the perfect combo of you being the brain, like actually building it, and I'm more like a, I don't know, kind of idea guy. Yeah. But it's a lot of fun. I see Ben is doing some things here in the background as I'm listening to you, Eric. Ben, do you wanna? I saw you said something about Ole in one of the prompts. Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
Yeah, just while Eric was narrating, I wanted to kind of show people the functionality. If people work in some sort of organization, they're probably familiar with this sort of Kanban board. But the cool thing about this Kanban board versus something like Jira or Monday.com is your agent can do everything. So now as a test, I've never done this before. I'm going to go to my Telegram. I'm going to send to my connected agent on Telegram. I'm going to say, hey, can you create a new, let's call it an event on our StarChild CN Kanban board? Is this going to work, Eric?
Okay. That may work. I haven't updated the skill.md for projects, but I've updated it for our main project, which we can't exactly show you guys right now.
Okay, I'm just gonna full send here, and we're gonna see what my agent comes up with. Actually, I don't know if I'm able to share. I might be able to share.
I wonder if I can do it.
It's thinking. It's found the skill. It's calling some steps.
Find StarChild CN projects, please.
This is the session where I'm talking, but I'm actually talking to it on Telegram. You can monitor. You can see how there's a Telegram session. Ooh. It's loaded the board. Would you look at that?
Wrong ball.
How do I get back to this one? I think there it is. Oh, but it's on the wrong board. It's there, but it's on the wrong one. But Bandit, you gotta take the dog to the vet. Mm-hmm.
That's fucking
So,
amazing.
so with this edition, we've essentially integrated the ability to create multiple projects within the Kanban for internal teams to potentially join. And I haven't updated the skill yet. That is on me, but it will essentially be able to pick which Kanban board is available, look at sort of the list of the Kanban boards that are available, and sort through, what needs to be done and what needs to be changed based off, obviously users' input.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think more than that, it's a cool showcase of stuff that you can build on Starchild. I think there's going to be a lot of cool projects built like this around it, and what I was referring to earlier, where people can actually receive some sort of a value for creating value, whether in the form of a agentic economy where tokens are shared back and forth. But yeah, this is what I'm looking forward to building, and lots of extra features coming to Starchild.
What did you just pop up in there, Eric? Was that a beer?
No,
No.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I think I saw it with a Red Bull. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was definitely that.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, no, I'm
Thursday
actually-
tradition live streams. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get a beer. I don't have any at home. I wish I had one, but yeah, I would have loved a Carlsberg right now. Oh, that's amazing.
Toro. He's a man of high quality. Luke wants to know where to find the best and shortest onboarding video. I think this is a big failure on our parts to not have a really good one.
Yeah, we have the docs, but maybe we should make a few videos. We could like sit with that and maybe add it to the docs. Like, what do you think of that? Like having it on the same page. So I could have the docs, like the text, and then like, if you still don't understand like what we're talking about, like a short video under, like here's it's kind of doing it live for you.
Yeah,
I think
totally agree.
we can. Yeah, I definitely think we can do some more videos and just how we use it, a few tutorials here and there, help everyone out. Maybe we can do like a virtual sort of call with everybody and sort of guide people through how to set up Starchild maybe, or, how to build a website. I think that would be pretty cool and interactive for everybody.
Oh yeah, that's a good point, Johnny. That's a really good point. I want to add it to the docs because it can change with time. Yeah, so maybe we'll separate, like we'll have the docs where we update it and do videos periodically.
The YouTube video.
The YouTube video?
We can make a YouTube video out of it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, let Greenity do one. They don't like us guys. They like Greenity more.
He's got a pretty good setup. Credit where credit is due. He's got the lighting. Yeah. He's got the gear.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about it. Like as he was on here, I'm just using a laptop, so I did not have the best setup. But he has a really good setup.
He's do better than Eric. He doesn't put any effort in at all with the lighting.
I can't. I went to my partner's house and I realized, I was like, oh, okay, I don't have my lamp here. So I've got this like surgical light above me. That's
it's beautiful.
Not helping out at all.
I think your lighting is amazing. Don't listen to them.
Stop.
But yeah, what about other skills? I was hesitant to like show it now today because I want to test it a bit more and play around with it a bit more. But you've cooked up a collector crypt skill kind of on my directive because I've been a TCG nerd lately, and I think there's something here because I've been using their native marketplace and it's great, but there was just some things where it was kind of a hassle of like I don't know, just saving time. So we're cooking up a skill there where you can mass bid, identify cards based on like the insured value. So like if there's a lot of listings on all marketplaces, really, TCG marketplaces, where it's like a really big deviation of the listing price and the true fair market value price, or whatever you want to call it. So the agent is like really powerful for identifying, listings like close to the fair value and like mass bidding, and it's doing a lot of cool things like that. Eric, do you feel like, because for me, like the main uses as a user is like identifying cards and mass bidding. When you made this skill, did you feel, oh, like this is really powerful part of the skill set?
Okay, so when I'm coming, so how I build skills nowadays is I try to give the AI most of the keys to be able. So I've stopped developing, I guess, tools and just more focused on, depending on how complex the skill is, or complex the API docs is, I leave it in sort of the prompt. Just leave everything in the prompt so the AI is able to, create scripts on its own. Like, for instance, if someone wants to create a, I guess, mass bidding system, the AI is able to use that skill in itself and, realize that, okay, the skill.md has everything I actually need. There's no extra tools that may cause hallucinations or problems in the future. So what it does is it makes life, I guess, I didn't create it with any sort of, I guess, end goal. It was more so providing freedom to you for what you wanted to do.
Very nice. Very interesting. I think one of these days I have to sit with you and see you like just work. I want you to just share your screen. I'm not even trying to learn. I'm just interested in like when you make these skills and like all these things. Like you were talking about the other week about like making a programming language, and to me that's like that's insane to me. So it'd be interesting. Ben, you're just listening to us yap. Do you anything you want to talk about that we might have overlooked? Any like topics?
No, not really. I was going to do a little bit of vibe coding here while we had time, but we're doing the 10 p.m. release. We do a release every day around this time, so I don't want to stress my machine right here live while this is going on. I'll see what's happening. On the other side, I guess if anyone listening from the Woo community, we do have some news on WooFi, which is our cross-chain swap contracts. In the middle of an upgrade, we're switching the liquidity provider, and when that happens, there's a lot of code that needs to be changed because the actual contract is like a prop AMM. Funny enough, CZ tweeted about a prop AMM today, and that's exactly what WooFi is. So they've started trading on Base, and then next week, I believe they are adding another 4 chains. I believe they're adding Avalanche, Arbitrum, Polygon, and BNB chain. And then after that is there, it should start ramping up really quickly. There are some really optimistic signs. If the volume can get back to where it was before, that could be a lot of revenue share that's going to Woo stakers. And then if we can add in the Starchild utility that we were hinting at earlier, I think that it could be a changing of the tide, so to speak, for the Woo holders who have been really struggling a little bit, suffering through the first half of the year. But yeah, that's the only real update on my side. Kick it back to you guys.
I don't have anything in particular that I want to talk about, but I think we've had one of my favorite streams so far. I know you came a bit later. I don't know if you heard, but I feel like it was a pretty good stream. I'm sure there's something I'm missing though. I don't know, Eric, do you have anything like you want to touch on? It doesn't even need to be like something that was in the to do for the stream. Like, can be just anything in general if you wanna.
I heard we might be doing. Well, we're releasing potentially, I think, tonight, our MCP skill for people to connect to Base or Robinhood or whatever you like, and that will be live actually quite soon, I think.
Yeah,
And
that should be an interesting one. I think we touched on that earlier, Ben.
Yeah. How soon, Eric? How soon will it be live?
I'm just testing Robinhood right now because they decided to release their MCP publicly like a couple hours ago, but because I was driving, there's only so much I could do.
Don't code and drive. Don't work and drive.
So I can't even touch my phone and drive in Australia.
Oh, are they like? I'm not gonna ask because I'll just be rambling. But I know in Sweden, where I used to live, that was extremely strict. Like if they just saw a phone right behind you, like you would get a fine pretty fast.
Yeah, it's quite intense here.
Yeah.
As well. Like we have all these AI cameras that catch absolutely nothing half the time, but there is an off chance that you may be caught by one, and that's like I think like a $600 fine.
Johnny
just
says
for
it's just $100 fine. He says just $100, as if $100 nothing.
Oh, I said $600.
Yeah, but I think he's talking about Sweden probably or Europe. But I don't know, $100. That's just pretty painful. I mean, what's that? That's like, let's see if I do the math. Isn't it like 70 cheeseburgers at McDonald's? 75 cheeseburgers.
That's a great comparison.
Yeah, you gotta use a commodity as the anchor. Oh, Ben, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see all this.
Any thoughts on this, Bandit? Any comments?
I've been... So for me, it's kind of difficult because I don't like talking about prices in public too much. But I was bearish, like on Spaces is the only time where I've kind of like commented on prices. I was really bearish on Bitcoin end of last year. I know John is watching the stream, so he probably remembers my sentiment kind of. I really think, yes, there's some outperformers. Like if you got into Hype, if you got into some other tokens, I don't want to mention them, but if you're in crypto actively, you probably know which ones have done really well. Outside of them, it's been a really tough market, and I'm kind of expecting Bitcoin to go lower. I've been DCing the whole time. So the three tokens I've been DCing is Bitcoin, Monero, and Hype. But I'm really expecting Bitcoin to go even lower this year. And I'm kind of DCing in a way where it's dynamic. So I started out really small at the top, and as the lower we go, I kind of up the sizes of my buys. I'm expecting 50K Bitcoin this year. And if I see that, then I'm going pretty heavy.
Bandit, any comments on this Monero chart? What happened?
Yeah, it's just painful. I think it's even worse if you do see cash, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, no, Monero's been really good for me because I got in, I think around 300, and I took profit. So it had a run to like $670, $680. And I sold half the bag of this. So I got a free bag initially, and then I've been DCing on the moves down. What's this DM? Isn't that the
DM is the other
credit? Yeah, like the Venice credits, right? The one that gives
$1.
like...
DM equals $1 per day of compute.
Yeah.
Not looking so good.
I'm actually, I don't know how much I can say. On the stream in 2 weeks, I'll probably be competing with you, Ben, in the competition.
It's too bad you're not competing with me this week. This week I am suffering.
Yeah. I'm actually probably gonna want your help because it's kind of new for me, but I think it can be fun for me to learn some of this stuff. But I want your A game. I don't want your performance this week. Unrealized P&L minus 1K. I want the Ben from week 1 where you won the whole. I think you won that week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Week.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't touched this strategy in probably weeks in terms of actually changing it or adjusting it. So it's natural that there is some decay, but you know, if you're coming back into things, I might have to go a little bit harder.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because Oli had that viral post. I think it hit like 1.5 million views, and then the day after, I also hit a really viral clip, the Portnoy one. So a lot of Woo badges on the timeline, I'm hoping.
Indeed.
But yeah, I think if you don't have any other topics, Ben, could wrap it up soon.
Okay. Yeah, we can get back to work. Everyone can get back to their Thursday evening.
Yeah, I actually enjoy the stream a lot. I think it's one of my favorite ones so far. So I don't know how you feel. You've been on more of them than me, but I think this was a good one.
Indeed. All right, and thanks everyone in the comments. Luke, Necro, Johnny. There was a few other who are really Andres at the beginning.
Yeah. I'm just making sure we don't miss anyone. Probably a few ones.
You guys make our streaming a lot easier, so appreciate you guys' inputs.
Yeah. Eric, anything? You wanna?
No, nothing from me.
Great. I think I'm gonna leave the apartment because it's really warm in here. It's either that or turn on the AC, but I'm too lazy. I think I'll go. I haven't even had lunch, so probably going to go have some lunch and then get back.
Right.
But you were going to be in a park.
We'll see. I don't know. I'll find a way. But yeah, all right. Let's end it here. And then actually, before we end it, do we already know what topics we'll kind of have for next week?
World Cup, prediction markets.
That should be a good one.
Champions League. Yeah.
Run the music.
Building the star chart. Do a.
Eric, music's too good.
See you guys. See you next week.
Yeah.